to know if this is actually a real problem for you to even engage, put your money and effort, because the most painful thing is that you've already put energy, money, everything, leaving everything behind, and you now launch the product and not say, waiting with this. Do you understand? So the third one is your competitors. You can't leave those people aside. So if already it is rare for you to see a product that is just new, someone must have already solved that problem, but maybe they've not solved it so well. So you are coming to add one or two, right? So within me, I've already made my research on escrow platforms, and I was seeing a lot of it. Some of them was even featured on Tech Cabal. But I was like, I was talking to people, and I mentioned those products to them. They've not heard it. And I have seen it on Tech Cabal. So what were you doing? Is it that people don't use it? Why? So I don't, maybe it's marketing on their own side. But I kept bringing in these products to them. For my own case, I was bringing it to them to see if they've used it. To be honest, 90%, even 100% have not used. So now, if they've used that product, how you will also validate it is, okay, I've used, maybe the name of the product is Amaka. I have used Amaka, but the problem is they don't do this. I expected them to do this. They don't do that. You know, stuff like that. You start getting insights. If you've not already, let's say you've already done your design, for instance, or you've already written down your PRD, you go and, you know, adjust it. So you will be getting insights from your competitors. What the potential users that you have, if they've used those products, how is it? Where are the loopholes? So you use it to modify your own and validate. One of the parts, how I validated my own product, final was when Pocket by PiggyVest came up last year to say they are building Pocket and the escrow platform is there. As a human being that I am, I felt bad. I mean, I'm a human being. The big fish is coming to take up my products. But at the same time, it actually shows you are doing the right thing. Because these people already have money. So if there's anything like using money to pump in to a particular consulting firm for you to go and do research for me, they've done that. You don't have the money, you didn't do that, you did it by your own self. So if this big fish is doing it, it means that you're doing the right thing. So in fact, that was it that settled it all. Oh, if PiggyVest is actually going into this thing, oh, come on, now I'm doing something right. Right, so that was it. So you need to, in fact, at a point, if you can start up a conversation, let's say for my own, I didn't see most people that were using my competitors' products. But for instance, you've seen, what you can also do is, maybe some people don't want to talk, you can actually use somebody's accounts, for instance, Instagram accounts. Yeah, people do it. I know, yeah. Use somebody's Instagram account to ask a question in a big blog. Please, who have used this Amaka escrow platform? Please, I want to know. I want to use it because you should not collect my money around. Just a random post like that, a random comment. It's called strategic commenting. Random thing. You will see people comment to your comments, come and give you insights. This is what you do. You don't just, this is not what you see in books. It's just life. You do it, you get your hands dirty and do something. So you just go to the comments. Anyway, you know that if you talk about this, from my own side, I know where vendors are and where market people are. Yeah. So like I told you, I joined plenty groups. So I can use my sister's account. Don't use a fake account if it doesn't make sense. And don't use our accounts that you just opened, because obviously someone will go to About. If I can do it, someone can do it. Someone can go to About and say that, oh, you just opened this page. No. If you can use somebody that you trust that cannot cast you tomorrow, use that account, go and ask a question in that group, that very big group that you know your target audience are. You now ask that question. Please, who have used this thing? Just a random, you don't need to make it official. You just make it like you're just a normal person. Then you now see people coming. You pick what you need and you go. That is how you can validate, okay, I'm building. And if after doing all of these things, you've not seen people, they're not showing interest, it is hard, but somehow kill the products. It's hard. You might think, oh, I'm building something, but people are not willing to give you the money to do it now. People are not willing to do it. Did it. Just kill it. So I have this one that I wrote about existing products. If you already have an existing product, from what I just explained now, it's mostly you're building something, right? If you already have an existing product, how can you confirm, let's say you're building a particular feature, how can you confirm, okay, is this thing making sense? You can normally use your analytics. You've already done that. Okay, how many people are using this? Just normal analytics data that you've already set out to check. Then another thing again, you must have seen some what do they call products, startups. They will call people randomly. Please, is this a free time for you to call, for me to call you, to have some talk with you? Say yes. Me, somehow I feel it might be better if you send some emails to some of your customers, and tell them, please, maybe using Calendly, please, can you pick a particular date for me to call you, something like that. Because somehow you can call somebody and the person, if you call like 10 persons, they will tell you, it's not the right time. Is that what you'll be doing? So I somehow it might not work for everybody. But I think sending some email and making it so personal, like, I want you, the person will not, okay, you now introduce yourself. I'm the product manager. Talk to the person and see the person. You are so, I don't know, just work on people's side. Please, can I have some time with you? Stuff like that. They will not pick a date. That date, you call them. They'll give you, have you used this, our feature? Have you used our product? How do you see it? Stuff like that. From what they are telling you, you will know if you're actually doing the right thing, or you need to remove it, or it's not making sense, or it's not something that they feel is necessary. Same thing with social media. You can still use social media. Like I said, you can use somebody's account to talk about your product. Nobody knows that you're working with them. In case your profile is you're working with social company, we don't need to use your account, because most people know, maybe some people, your friends might know you're working with the company. So you use another person's account and talk about that product. Initiate something that will make people to start talking about it, even if it means trying to bash. Just so somebody can say, no, you are wrong. No, you are right. Just something that will force people to talk about that thing. You go to the comment section where your audience are, go there, talk about it, people will come and start talking about it. You start getting your insight. That is the major thing. What you need is those insights, and that's it, to validate what you're doing. So in conclusion, I said, understanding your customer is the most important thing you can spend your time on. It gives you this competitive advantage. Just for instance, those your competitors. If you don't go asking questions, okay, have you used so products, and they didn't give you those insights, you go and build exactly just the way we have plenty of fintechs doing exactly the same thing. So maybe there's a particular thing you need to actually do, and that is you talking to customers, for the customer to tell you, oh, no, it has to be, no, they're not doing it right. I need it to be. You not see that this is what they need, though. You're not going to add it to your own. That is you having competitive advantage over your competitors. So first thing first, there is no two ways about it. Everything revolves around your customer. You have to talk to your customer to validate your product. And you don't need to feel bad if at the end of the day, there is no, it seems I'm not building something right. Because when I was building Verified Bits, I was trying to do the crypto something. I wanted to infuse crypto. People were not giving me that go-ahead order. I had to, for my own sake, I have to. It's not like I removed it entirely, but I commented it out. Okay, no, we're not doing this one. Until it makes sense to me to, it's not as if, in fact, it's there, it's out of scope for now, but it is there in our period that, okay, we are going to do this, but we still need to validate it. For now, people don't need it. But it was there. So we didn't put the BTC, Kineko, but we had it in mind. We did not kill it, but it was still there. But as far as they didn't validate it, leave it for them. So don't feel bad as people are not Since this product people are not, there are plenty ideas out there. If it's not making sense, just leave it. So that is all from me tonight. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Amaka, for your time.
Thank you, thank you,
I mean,
thank you.
yeah, can we just admit and say thank you to Amaka? Quite short and
Amaka, thank you so
impactful.
much.
Thank you
Thank you
Thank
very
so
you.
much.
much.
I learned a lot
Yeah.
tonight.
Thank you.
Before we start entertaining questions, I would just like to hear from like 3, 4, 5 of us what our major take home are from this section. For me, the first thing that caught my attention was when she was talking about trying to build a product for people in the UK that need their jobs. And then all of a sudden they were not signing up because there was a fee attached to it. And she felt, and it's true, if you truly need that product, right, you would spend whatever it is that is required for you to ensure that that solution is solved for you. It's truly a pain for you. Do you understand? So for me, that's a major message, that when your customers, not to ever assume that your customers need a particular product until you've been able to verify and be sure that this is what they actually want. So I'd just like to entertain a number of us to just tell us what our take home are. Then we'll entertain questions. Let me hear from you, Christy. Hi, Christy. Good evening. Christy, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Can you just tell us what your take home is from this section?
Yeah, sorry, I just joined the call.
Oh, you just joined. Oh, okay. Okay, let's hear from Folashade then. Hi, Folashade.
Hi, Tosi.
What's up? Can you just tell us what your take home is from this meeting?
Basically, your customers research. You always have to research and know what exactly their pain points are, so that you don't build what people wouldn't use
Exactly.
eventually.
Mm.
Focus on the painkiller problem instead of the vitamin
Yeah, I know the
problems.
vitamin.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
You're
Okay, let's hear from Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Can you tell us what your take home is?
Hi, Blessing. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I joined the meeting quite later, but then my great home, and that would be like the greatest thing a PM will be told anywhere is always validate your problem. Don't be too romantic with your product idea. If it's not solving,
Hello, can anyone hear me? What's going on? Hello, can anyone hear me? It's my network.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
I stopped hearing from Ruth. Okay. Baba, today can we hear from you? What's your take home from tonight's section?
Okay. I really enjoyed the meeting. There's anything I'm taking home tonight is the fact that you don't have to be emotionally connected to your product, because that can actually make your thoughts biased towards your product, in a sense that you think you are doing it right, not knowing that you're just emotionally attached to it. People's opinion is definitely going to be the main thing that's going to validate whether you are doing the right thing or not, whether it's going to be profitable, whether it's going to make money, whether you're going to be able to make money from it or not. So you need people's unbiased opinions, and you
Yeah.
need to be very strategic about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your feedback. It's important never to build products as a result of your emotions. Yeah, thank you so much for your feedback. Amos, let's also hear from you. I Amos Adereti. Can we hear what your take home is from this section? Amos is not here. Okay, let's just take one last person. Can we take Chisom? Hi, Chisom. Chisom, are you here? Or does anybody want to volunteer to just tell us what their own take home is? Abby, are you on this call?
Yeah, good evening. Oh, sorry.
Okay, Farouk. Yeah, Farouk, go ahead, please.
All right. One of the things I learned tonight is that in making research, I mean, in regards to competitors, I mean, to know what you want to build different from your competitor, what your competitor is not doing right, you can make use of your social media to
Yeah,
ask questions from people, and then
yeah,
you won't act as if you are the one carrying out the
exactly.
research. So it will just be like a general question, like you ask them about their thoughts about a particular product. Then from there you can get to understand what they need, their pain points. Then you can include that in your own product.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you so much. You really dwelled so much on the social media part, talking about how you can use somebody else's account, somebody that is trusted account to use comment section to talk about your products to your intended customers. Thank you so much for that feedback. Nuruddin, do you want to add to it or do you have a question? I see your hand raised. Hi, Nuruddin. Okay, so let's proceed to questions. If you have any question, can you please raise your hands so that we entertain them? Nuruddin, can you speak now? Okay, so if you have any question, can you please? Okay, Okonko, over to you, please. If you have questions, please just raise your hands. I'll call you.
All
Okonko, over
right,
to you.
thank you. Yeah, first of all, thank you, Chamaka, for the presentation. It was very insightful. I mean, when you made mention of the fact going to social media to put out comments to get people's thoughts, it just got me thinking compared to what is often obtainable today, where people often have to use Google Forms, as a form of survey to get people's insights, and sometimes, coming at it from a user perspective, I sometimes just want to answer things in a way that might not be natural. But with what you said, going through social media to get people's insight, especially knowing that how the reach that social media has today, that was really insightful. And but my question goes like this: you said at the start of one of the products that you wanted to put out in the UK, but it wasn't getting traction in terms of people's commitment to making payments. So I wanted to ask if I was going to build a product, right? And would I use the finance as a benchmark to say this product might not do well? So if I start a product now and maybe I'm not getting commitment from people to make payments, would that be enough reason for me to stop? I was thinking, what if I wanted to just maybe take the risk for a couple of months, get people sucked in, just to like the product, and maybe when they want to use something advanced, I might now introduce that. Maybe I just want to hear your take around that. Would finance, making payment upfront be a consideration for me to quickly back out and say maybe this is not strong enough to get people commit? So that's my own question. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
Amaka, over to you, please.
Yeah. So if you're building a product, except you're an NGO, even NGOs, they hire people when they want to hire people that write grants. Why do you think they hire people that write very fantastic grants? Because they need money. So if you're building a product, the major thing you're building a product is for revenue. It's not going to be immediately, but what you're building a product for is actually to make money. So if at this point they are not even willing to release 1 naira, when I'm telling you the money I mentioned is as if you're paying 1K in Nigeria. So if they're not even willing to even release that small something, I'm not even going to make gain from it, but at least let them start. Then tomorrow you can say, okay, we are increasing our prices. No, it's as small as 1K. They could not. They backed out. So at this point, if someone cannot commit, except you're building a product, just like maybe social media. Okay, I want to build a social media. Yeah, you can validate it because people need it. People need to connect with people. No, I wasn't building. The idea I brought wasn't for that. It's actually to solve a problem. When you give me small thing, I'll solve the problem for you. You go. So if you can't give me that little money for now, I am not still going to make a gain from it actually. So if you can't give me that money, for my own business, I have business goals. Everyone have their own business goals. If your business goal is not for revenue, then it shouldn't be. But if your business goal is revenue and people are not even willing to release that small thing, then I don't think it's validated. In YC will tell you, first of all, bring in the money first. Don't go and be hiding just for people to come and start signing up on your platform. Bring in the money at first so you know whether they are serious or not. Because it will pay you the most that you've actually, in fact, invested your time, money, because it's not just time. Money is here. You're running a server, money is going, right? And people are not paying you 1 naira. Then at the end of the day, you now introduce the money. They now run back. In fact, you've wasted your money, wasted your time. So it's better to bring in the money, at least make it a small change that some people can actually cover and just, oh, what is this? Okay, right? Release that. If they can't pay that little, they can't pay you money. So for me, as my business goal, everyone have their own business goals. If your business goal is not revenue, then I don't think finance. Maybe you're doing it for charity or you're doing it to just connecting people. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, there is a goal, which is money. Except you're not doing it for money. So if you're doing it for money, yes. If you're not going to give you one naira, I don't think, for me, it's not a problem. You're trying to solve a problem, real problem. And they're not willing to give you an 1 kobo. No.
Collect your money, collect your money. No
Daddy,
sweet.
wake up.
Wake up.
Thank you for the feedback, Amaka. Okay, let me take the next person's round is raised. Okay, Shay, over to you. Hi, Shay, I see your hands are raised. Are you ready to speak?
Okay. Hello everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful one. I learned a lot. Now, my question is actually in line with what the last made it clear. He was speaking about if your business goal is just is if your business goal is not about revenue, then you shouldn't be building. Which I understand, especially when you mentioned YC. Now, for products like ChatGPT, because I remember there was a time an interview when the CEO of ChatGPT said, "See, Asad, when we're building out, all we knew was that there was a problem, but we did not know how to make money from it." Be a problem. When AliExpress also started, there was probably there was a revenue goal in mind, at the long run, but for a while they were only solving a problem without, you know, and there was no revenue backing, right? Of course, things later fell into place. But what do you think about that? Such products, right? Because there are a lot of them that there was no revenue model to the product as at initiation, but they later became, you know, not just problem solving but revenue generating product.
Okay. I get your point. I get where you're coming from. In our world today,
But most
I
times
don't.
the
Okay,
CEO or the founder. Thank you, man.
So my view on that, I understand where you're going to, just like in the case of this Chat GPT. They have the resources. They are doing it for passion. They want to help people, right? They now did it, and people, and started using it. From there, they now decided, okay, oh, we need to make money. They have the resources. Do you have it? If you have the resources to do it, by all means do, right? But if you don't have the resources to do, why would you want to invest in such a big product? For instance, if you want to solve a problem, that's one way you can solve the problem. But make sure at the back of your mind, not like you've validated that these people are going to give you money, but you're not putting the money in front of them yet. You validated that people will give you money, but you've not put the money just for them to, okay, do it for free. At the end of the day, you'll not bring in money. But if you don't have money, you have the resources to do it, you are doing it, okay, oh, I'm trying my hands on something, by all means do it. But I doubt if someone will hire somebody as a product manager and there is no revenue strategy attached to it. But if you're building out and you want to do it and you have the resources to do it, by all means do it. At the end of the day, maybe you now think of, okay, oh, I want to add money. But if you not add money and people do not pay, what happens? You start feeling bad. Those AliExpress, yeah, they did it then. But now, they're talking of now. That you work for them does not mean that it will work for you. Right? So if you're building it and you have the resources to do it, by all means do. And when you introduce the money and they're not willing to pay, okay, you feel you're bad. The money that you spent is not that much for you. But if you know you don't have the resources, for me, this is my own opinion. Talk about the money. It's not as if you're going to charge them, but ask them if they can actually lift just small thing for you. If someone asks them, just say, yeah, I can. You're not going to post the money there. You're not going to tell them to pay.
Okay. I get you now. I get you very much.
So
Thank
that's
you.
my own view on that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amaka. In fact, adding to what Amaka said, honestly, I feel that if a product is truly offering value for an individual, then such person or the users, then the user should be willing to pay for it if it is truly
No matter
valuable
how small,
for
exactly.
you. No matter how small, if it's truly a product that you value so much, you really cannot do it. Really is a painkiller for your pain. I mean, you should be willing to drop something for it. Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Amaka. Are they doing? Let's have you. Olari, what are they doing? Let's hear from you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Of course we
I can hear
can.
you.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Shamaka, for your presentation. I think it's home and dry. But I just want to ask a question. At what stage, as a product person, can you introduce your product to the market? Just elaborate on that. Thank you.
I don't quite understand the question. At what point do you introduce your product to the market? Are you talking
As
about
in,
launching it?
as in, are you going to wait till when everything is set before you introduce to the market, or you start at phase by phase and start putting all the other features? That's what I just want you to speak on.
Yeah, for every product you're building, for every problem you're solving, there is a basic thing. No paparazzi. There's a basic thing for that product. For instance, let me talk about the verified biz. The basic thing in verified biz is buyer puts out there, you seller, puts out there, you buyer, you pay money. The money is held. Whenever this person delivers a product and you confirm that this person has delivered my product and is what I got, the money will be remitted to this person. Finish. Maybe that is just the process. Every other thing, added. But this is just the basic product. So you have to have the basic thing, basic feature for you to, that's what's called MVP. The basic thing for your products, the basic solution. That's the thing. That is when you can introduce it. You don't just, for instance, that verified base, it will not be only vendor. This person will now pay. Okay, how do you now remit the vendor? It's not there. So the vendor will not be calling you, please, where's my money? So the process has to be complete. The basic process has to be complete for you to release it. If that answers the question, or Is there something I'm missing?
Thank you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Ola, you can put down your hand now. Amuluwapelumi John, can we hear from you?
Yes, thank you very much. My question centered around market research. For example, you are trying to, particularly like, okay, example for Lagos State, there is this particular solution that everyone would love if they would have it. For example, the traffic issues, and then you have the idea that if you develop an application that could tell people at a particular point in time when they can leave their house, get to the bus stop, then the time that a particular bus is going to arrive to their preferred destination. Like you are sure that this is a problem, this is the solution, and even you yourself, you are caught up as one of the users that's going to be the users. And do you really need much market research on that particular problem? Like, it's obvious, everybody complains about it, and you have a solution, and you just want to go into developing such a product, knowing that if it hits the market, we just leverage the whole talking about the traffic problem in Lagos just to get users to use your app. So the question is, what is the place of market research in that kind of scenario? Thank you.
My answer to that is, don't ever act on your assumptions. Just like I just gave you instance. Verified biz, who doesn't know about what I ordered versus what I got? Is a problem now. But I still had to do what I had to do. You don't just, okay, traffic is a big issue. You want to tell me what time to leave my house? Who told you that I don't know the time to leave my house? Sometimes we know the time. When I was in Lagos, I know the time that, okay, if I leave, I will not be caught up in Osaka, London. That traffic, I will not be caught up there. But because I am going to work, I must have to pass that place. I can't fly. So I can't deal with that, my timing that I'm giving to myself. This is what, except when I'm working from home. Okay, I'm not going out. I'll have to now time myself. I need to go out so time. So if you're going to tell me the time I have to leave my house, obviously those people in Lagos, they know the time. But they can't deal with it because, I must go to work. So I must get caught up in the traffic. So are you really solving a problem per se? So you also need to go and do the market research. It's not, it's obvious it's a problem. The same way it was obvious that what I ordered versus what I got was a big problem. But you have to go ask those people to even know, okay, they will not tell you, just like me now, if you ask me, if I'm your user, I'm one of the users, and you're talking to me now, I will tell you, guy, I know when I need to leave my house, actually, but sometimes I need to go out. I must have to go out. So your timing, giving me that time, doesn't stop me because I need to go for that meeting. I must have to go for that meeting. So I will not have to go. So you telling me I cannot even give you money for you to even tell me the time. So if you're doing it because you want to, guy, you run your server, you run everything, money will go. So, and you're telling me this is the time you need to leave. I'll say, okay, this is the time you're giving me. That's all right. Or you give me money now. First, I'll be giving you time. I will say, I'm not giving you any money because I already know the pattern you've given me already. The patterns you've been giving me, leave your house on Tuesday by 10 a.m. I'll be jotting it down. It's already registered in my head. So on Tuesdays, I already know that it's 10 a.m. that I should be leaving. So why would you not tell me that I should give you money again? I won't pay you. So you need to go ask those people that you feel already you are one of them, and I'm one of them too. So you need to go and ask those people too. Can you actually release small something for me to be, giving you updates on when to leave your house, stuff like that. Just like in betting, there's some people on Telegram that will tell you, I'll give you shock odd. What do they used to call it? Code. That's something. I think they pay them. I don't know, but I think they pay them. So those things people pay. But this is your own. Can somebody pay you? So you need to ask them if they can actually release something for you. For those, what's it called? For those betting people, I don't know how they do it, but I believe there's no way somebody would be advertising that on Instagram I will not get 1 naira. I believe they're paying them. I don't know, but I believe they're paying them for all those updates. So yeah, you need to do market research for it. You need to ask those people, those Lagos people, if I do this thing for you, what do you think about it? Go to social media, ask. It's very, very wide. Go and ask where your target audience are. Go and ask them. People going to work, talk about it. You will see their view. You will not be like, it's not this thing. Someone is saying, you say they will pay. They pay, okay. I don't know if someone can actually, me, I cannot pay you for you to tell me the update on traffic, actually. So if you need to do your market research, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, thank you very much, Amaka, for that. I was going to also add that, do you know it is very possible for you to keep thinking it's a problem, and for some people it's not a problem. So say, for example, there's a particular radio program that I listen to at a particular time, and I know when I'm home I'm distracted, but the time that I spend on traffic, I'm able to listen to this program and have a good time. For me, that traffic is not a problem, honestly. So you can think that it's somebody's problem, and it's not until you have your data and your facts ready.
Exactly. You need to ask them. That's why I personally love qualitative analysis. When you're doing qualitative survey, not quantitative, not the one you're giving survey. You can give somebody a survey, the person will write, But if I'm talking to somebody, I love talking to people. When you're talking to a person, the person will not give you, you not be like, this is the way I've been saying it. You must have to do market research. No matter how much you think is a big problem, you need to do market research, because it's your assumption, you think it's a problem. It's not a problem to some people.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Okay. So because of time, guys, can I just take David, Kule David? The any other person has a question, should please drop it in the chat box, please. Kule David, can you just speak them? The other persons can just drop their questions in the chat box, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tosi. I hope everybody can hear me.
Hello? What you said?
I said thank you, Tosi. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, very good enough.
Okay, thanks, Jamaka. Funny enough, when I was introducing myself, I said I was building a capstone project with a couple of product managers. Now we are all new product managers, and we started out to build this capstone project because we wanted to build our portfolio. Now, funny enough, that product is very similar to what Jamaka said she tried to build in the UK, which is trying to help job seekers. However, ours has more to do with job seekers in developing nations looking for visa-sponsored or remote jobs. Now, in doing our market survey or customer survey, we were able to validate that. However, the only thing that we couldn't validate or we didn't ask is if they're prepared to pay for it. Now, my question is, how do we go about this? Because we're in the discovery state at the moment, so I need to know if people are going to pay for it. So, how would you advise we go about that?
To be fair, if it's a problem, like for that job search, somehow introduce the fact that, okay, validate the fact, okay, they need the solution, right? Then ask them, because your money now is not coming up front, if you really want them to come in. But I don't think for now, money can actually make you say no. Because how your model works is, when I get to the job, I collect some percentage, right? So if you can factor in how you can collect that money before it gets to their hand, I don't think someone telling you, I will not pay you, we even say no. If it's actually a big problem and you have the solution 100%, you solve it. But factor in how you can collect that money without the money getting to their hand. Because if the money gets to their hand, they will not give you the money now. Yeah, so factor in how you can relate to the person giving, the employer, before the money gets to them. So however they want to do it, I've given you the job, Abi, I've given you the job. Before the money gets to you, I've already collected my this thing. So they can't say no, they will not beat you. But if you can't factor that in, it's better you say it now. we collect commission, so commission, say it. They will not bite you. In fact, they are as far as commission of maybe in a month, I'll collect this one and that is final. Why won't they pay from you? Like, man, I'm your prospective user. I don't mind. So I think you should talk about it. Our business model, this is how, you collect so commission after we must have achieved that. And if you're telling somebody, we must have given you the job. Not like I'm paying you before you now give me the job. You must have given me the job. And you're telling me you now collect commission. Come on now. I'm in. So I think you should tell them that. And if I'm your user, yeah, I'll say yes to that. And I'll sign up. But for me, I don't sign up to not telling someone about money. It's like deceit. Say it the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm not seeing any
Do we have
question.
any other question? Okay, I think there's a question in the chat box. Can you check?
How many of users in terms of qualitative data do you need to reach out to before you analyze such data for insight? There's no amount of users. As much as you can. As much as you can. Keep asking people as much as you can. For me.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to raise my hand first and be called, but Dandy, I'm sorry, please. So there is a thing about you feeling. I think I've not analyzed enough people. I've not gotten enough data, and you want to get more. You want to get more. I was reading one article one time, and the writer was like, get data, qualitative data. That's, let's say, interview. The way you talk about, reaching out to people, and the person is like, at least make sure you reach out to 100 people and above that are ready to use that product before you set, and be sure that over 50 is a problem for over 80% of them, and over 50% are willing to commit funds to it. So I'm just asking, is there like a benchmark when it comes to qualitative data?
For me, I don't have any benchmark, but if I have a higher percentage of people saying they can pay money, yeah, of course I'm validating it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do we have any more questions? Okay, so while we're waiting for any other person to ask questions, I will just drop in the chat box for those that are not in the community. I would like to join the Enoverlab community, a community of other product managers where discussions are ongoing on products conversations, basically. I've dropped the link. Do well to click on the link to join. Also, I'll be sharing Amaka's social media platform so that you can follow her, see what she does, ask further questions. I'll also be dropping that in the I'm not able to drop that right now, but okay, you can follow her on LinkedIn, Chiamaka Atasi. Let me just type that, Chiamaka. Give me a second, Chiamaka Atasi. Yeah, I've dropped in the chat section. That's our LinkedIn account, and on Instagram she's Amaka_La_Vida. Yeah, so please do well. Yeah, already followed her. Thank you. So do well to follow her. Also, if you're not in the community, do well to click on the link to join the community, Enoverlab Product Managers community, and also ensure that you're also following Enoverlab on all social media platforms on Instagram. So this product section video will be going out in the course of the week next week. So please do well to follow us on our social media platforms. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I think Chamaka is doing that. She just dropped her Instagram handle and her Twitter handle. on the chat box, in the chat box rather. The Enoverlab, as Enoverlab, you can join us on Instagram and on Twitter. Thank you so much, guys, for tonight. Chiamaka, thank you so much for a very impactful and value-adding section. Say God bless you. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. Have a pleasant night and a great Sunday ahead.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, bye.
Have a good night rest.
And you too. Bye.
Bye.